Hello there, my name is Jason Perkins, and welcome back to another episode in the Georgia Workers' Compensation video series. I'm an attorney who specializes in handling Georgia workers' compensation cases, and I created this series of videos to provide people who've been hurt at work with helpful information about Georgia's workers' compensation law and the benefits they can receive under that law. Today, I want to talk to you about, does retirement end your Georgia workers' compensation case? Well, the answer is no, it doesn't end it, but it can affect it. I'm going to talk to you about how it does. The important thing to know at first is that the particular specific facts of your case matter a lot in determining how retirement affects it. Because of that, I would always recommend that you speak with me or another attorney who specializes in workers' compensation before making the decision to retire if you have a Georgia workers' compensation case that's ongoing. Let's talk about how retirement can affect your case. The first critical factor in how retirement affects your case is whether you are working or not at the time you retire. Now, what I mean by that is if you're out of work and receiving workers' compensation benefits for being out of work, then retirement generally affects your case differently than if you're working at a suitable job at the time you retire. If you're out of work and receiving workers' compensation benefits, then retirement may not have much of an immediate impact on your case. You're probably going to continue to receive those workers' compensation benefits for being out of work as long as you remain out of work as a result of your injury. Now, in that case, it can still have a long-term effect. So it can affect whether you're entitled to receive benefits in the long term, and especially whether your case might qualify for what's called a catastrophic designation, which might entitle you to receive benefits past the normal limits for when you can receive wage loss benefits in Georgia workers' compensation cases. Now, let's talk about the situation where you are actually working at a suitable job at the time you retire. In this situation, there's a much different effect that retirement has on your case. So, if you retire and stop working while you're working a light duty job or another suitable job after your injury, then generally you're not going to be entitled to receive wage loss benefits. The reason is that you were already working a suitable job. You don't suddenly start receiving workers' compensation benefits for being out of work just because you voluntarily leave that job and retire. Now, there are some situations where after retirement from a light duty job, you might be able to receive wage loss benefits in the future. One of those situations is when you have some treatment or come out of work completely as a result of your injury. So if you had a surgery and the doctor took you completely out of work, that might entitle you to wage loss benefits. Another situation is where you can prove that you retired because of your workers' compensation injury. In other words, if your job really wasn't suitable to you and you had to retire and leave the job because you just couldn't work anymore, then you might be entitled to wage loss benefits in that situation. But in both of those situations, the insurance company is probably going to fight your entitlement to benefits, and you're probably going to have to go to court and prove to a judge that you're entitled to benefits. Now, one other thing that comes up a lot with retirement is, does the type of retirement matter? In other words, there's kind of a couple of different types of retirements. One is when you reach full retirement age. So most people look at that at 65, 66, 67, kind of Social Security retirement age. Another retirement is when you vest in a job's retirement before you reach your full retirement age. Now, these different types of retirements can matter. What really matters about them is really whether you're retiring from all types of work or whether you're just retiring from your specific job. If you're retiring from all types of work, so like a full retirement age retirement, you're just not going to work anymore. In that situation, the insurance company will try to argue that they don't owe you any wage loss benefits because it's not your injury that's keeping you out of work. It's the fact that you're not really going to work anymore and you've chosen to do that. Whereas if you just retire from one specific type of job, you'll have more of an argument that it's not that you're not willing to work at all. It's just that you've vested and retired from this specific job. So the effects of those types of retirements can have an effect on whether you're entitled to receive wage loss benefits in the future. Now, one other thing that's important to mention is generally retirement does not affect your entitlement to medical benefits or permanent partial disability benefits. It's generally only wage loss benefits that will be affected by a decision to retire. But again, I'd recommend, because of the specific facts mattering a lot in how retirement affects you, that you speak with a workers' compensation attorney before making the decision to retire. Hope you found this information about whether a retirement ends your workers' compensation case helpful. If you have, please let me know that. The best way you can do that is by liking this video or giving me a thumbs up. And if you've got more questions about Georgia workers' compensation law or retirement and how it's going to affect your workers' compensation case, please reach out to me and schedule a free consultation about your case. There's 2 easy ways you can get that scheduled. The first is by calling the phone number at the bottom of the screen, and the other is by reaching out to us through our website, which is www.perkinslawtalk.com. Just click on and submit the free consultation request form, and we'll get in touch with you to get a consultation scheduled. I'd like to thank you again for watching this video today, and we'll wish you the best of luck as you recover from your injuries.